Going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today, hey, we got the second T20 here between India and South Africa. And India, well, they go down again. It is 2-0 in the series, of course. There is still 3 more T20s, so, you know, the series is not lost yet. It is not officially done yet. It doesn't matter until the series is officially done. You got to give it your all. So, I mean, they need to win the next 3 games straight to win this series. I mean, look, at the end of the day, it is India's, you know, like B/C team. Obviously, there is a few missing from their main team, but there is a few missing from South Africa as well. So, you know, let's not get that twisted either. But South Africa have been by far the better team for these first 2 matches. They look a lot stronger, consistent. I mean, their bowling has stood up to the challenge. On you know, a deck that, I mean, looking at the pitch, I would have thought it was a decent batting track, but both teams kind of had some troubles, you know, getting a lot of runs on this sort of deck. So, hey, if you guys are new, subscribe. You like cricket, subscribe. You like milk, subscribe. Let's just get straight into it. Player of the match was none other than that man, Clarke. Now, look, you know what? I do, obviously, you know, we all know Clarke. We know he's been around for a good amount of time now. Yeah, he's only 30. I actually thought he was like 33. Yeah, so I know he played a bit of IPL. When was the last time he played IPL? That's what I want to know. Here we go. He was picked by Rajasthan Royals in 2018 and RCB in 2019. So he played, how many games did he play? 7, okay. So, I mean, he's played a decent amount. He's only played the 1 test match. But I don't know where they're going to fit him in, because you try and look... I mean, he played really well, and he ended up winning this game for South Africa with the bat. But, like, I just want to quickly glance over this South African team. There's a few people that are obviously not in this team. De Kock, Aiden Markram are just the first 2 that I can see that are obviously not in this team. Markram is obviously someone who can go from opening to number 5 or 6. Like, he can bat from anywhere, so I guess that one doesn't, you know, matter too much. But obviously Quinton de Kock will open and will take this guy's spot here, Reza Hendricks. So, hey, South Africa actually looking pretty dangerous. You know, once they get their best 11 together, their pace attack is going to be pretty strong in Australia. So, if I'm a South African, I'm going into the World Cup expecting anything. If I'm a South African. But hey, India, I mean, into bat first, done for 148. Luckily, to some late heroics from the man Dinesh Daddy Karthik. Otherwise, India were looking at under 110, to be honest. And I know, I know it's pretty obvious, but this middle order just did not stand up to anything at all. Gaikwood going for 1. Look, I love Gaikwood. Obviously, he's got a massive future in Indian cricket, but, like, there's 3 more T20s. No, I'm sorry, he's done nothing in the first 2. Get someone else in. Like, try someone else. You can even you can even open with Hardik Pandya if you wanted. Like, try something new. Or, you know, we'll have a look at the squads at the end of this video to see who his direct replacement could be. Because I think Deepak Hooda is on the bench as well, which I don't know why we haven't, or why we didn't see him in this game. But Ishan Kishan, I mean, he looked pretty good actually early, 34 of 21, 2 4s, 3 6s. They just couldn't get anyone to go along with it. And, you know, this 1-2 punch here between Ishan and Shreyas Iyer is something that I think they're going to do for like all 3 formats one day. It's going to be Ishan opening and then Shreyas at number 3. Especially in white ball cricket. Obviously, you know, there's still someone named Virat Kohli who bats at number 3. And obviously there's Rahul and Rohit Sharma are opening the batting. But, I mean, look, how old is Shreyas Iyer? 23, 24, 27, that's right. And I can't believe I said 24. All right. And how, like, where is he? Kishan, he's 23 max. Yeah, 23. So, I mean, that's still, yeah. They've just got the amount of talent with the bat at the top of the order. It's a good problem to have amount of, so many good top order batsmen. All right. Rishabh Pant, I mean, he goes for 5. He's done nothing to impress me in the last, like 12 months, to be honest. I love Rishabh. He's probably Australia's favourite Indian player. Like, I'm not even lying. But he's just kind of, I don't know. I don't know where he's at because he was given captaincy for this series, which is awesome. Didn't have an amazing IPL by any means. Daly missed the playoffs. He was their captain, of course. I don't know. I want to see him do. I want to see him do well, essentially. So it's just a bit, a little bit sad to see him doing down bad. Hardik Pandya going for 9 off 12. Axar going for 10. The man, sexy man, DK, with some great late runs. And that last over was the best over they had for the entire game. And it all came from their number 8 and 9 batsmen. I mean, it's just a bit disappointing. If you're, I think it's something everyone, prides India and their cricketing, teams on is the amount of depth and the amount of good players they have for every single format. In the past, you could always play India's B, C team and you would easily get a win against South Africa. But I think, times are changing. Teams are getting a lot better. There's certain players that are certain for T20s, it's getting a lot closer. The sort of gap. Because in Test cricket, you could easily do it and get away with it. But in T20 cricket, if you do not play your best team and do not give everything you've got, experience is a big thing in T20 cricket in those late couple of overs, which seems to be where India kind of lost it in those first 2 games, is their depth bowling. And just allowing a lot of late runs without, any wickets in the last coming overs. They looked a bit flat, the Indian bowlers. Rabada, 1 for 15 or 4. He was outstanding. Wayne Parnell was really good as well. 1 for 23. Bowled a beautiful delivery to, I think it was Pandya. So it was. Great delivery. Anrik Nortje, 2 for 36 off 4. Pretorius. I don't know if you guys just heard that, but it sounds like, King Kong just jumped on my roof and started bloody jumping on the top of my roof, but I'll ignore that. Dwayne Pretorius, 1 for 40 or 4. I'm not really a big Pretorius fan, to be honest. Tabraz Shamsi, not much of a spinning deck. 2 for 21 off 2. And Keshav Maharaj, 1 for 12 off 2. Actually bowled okay, so maybe not too bad of a spinning deck. Okay, all right, South Africa, 149 to get the win. I mean, you always back yourself in. Whenever you're chasing any sort of score under 170, I feel like you give yourself a pretty big chance to go on and win in any conditions across the world. And I'd say they did it pretty comfortably in the end. Some pretty good bowling from one Indian, and that's probably about it. I was just trying to remember something about the game while I was talking, but hey, let's get into it. Temba Bavuma, the little man, the skipper, 35 off 30, 4 4s and 1 6. I mean, he's having a really, really good last, 2.5 years in cricket. And what is he? What is Bavuma? 52? He's 32, so we're only 20 years off. This is someone who has been around for such a long time in the South African systems, and now these last 2.5 years, he's playing his best career cricket. It just shows how, as long as you're still a professional cricketer, you can make an impact at any sort of level, whether it's Test cricket, bloody nation cricket, Sheffield Shield cricket, anything. Hendricks, obviously De Kock would replace him at the top. Pretoria still, they're using him at 3. 4 or 5. Dustin gone for 1 off 7. So you have to give credit where it's due. They did bowl pretty good, India. And speaking of India bowling very well, it was that one man, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, who was by far the best bowler out there today, or last night. And I think probably, I don't want to say lock, but he'd be pretty close to one of the first bowlers picked for Team India. In a T20 game. So I think the bowling attack they're going to go with is got to be Bhuvi, Bumrah. I mean, yeah, Shami as well. But a lot of people say that Shami's going to be super expensive, which is true. But again, I think you just got to think of Australian conditions. You're going to want to be playing more seam attack than, any sort of all-rounders or... I'm just interested to see the 11s. That's my favourite part. Henrik Klaassen, I mean, yeah, hit the winning knock, essentially. 81 off 46, 7 fours, 5 sixes. He was outstanding. And, I mean, it just gives South Africa another option who can go anywhere from 1 to 6, essentially, with the bat. David Miller, not out as well, 20 off 15, hit the winning runs, and is obviously in the greatest form of his life. And yeah, that's a Rabada, inspirational at the end with not out for 0. So ran a bit of cardio out there. That's what you like to see, getting those workouts in. But hey, just not enough runs on the board from Team India, and simply South Africa are a lot better team at the moment. I mean, like if this was India's best team and we were comparing it to South Africa's best team right now, then obviously South Africa is a lot better. But, I mean, by the time you bring, Rowett, Kohli in, who else is missing? I mean, obviously Bumrah, Shami, Siraj, who else is missing? Natarajan, Umesh Yadav, Kuldeep. Like, there's so many guys that could have easily, thrown in that probably would have taken most of these guys' spots. So, yeah, I mean, what can you do? Bhuvi Kumar, no, I think we spoke about him, but yeah, he was outstanding. Had a little bit of reverse swing. There was one delivery to, who was it? It was either Parnell or Dustin, I think. But it was a beautiful, just a bit of late reverse swing right back in. And it just took one of the stumps. Because both of them here says bowled. And obviously it was bowled. I can't remember who it was. Let's see. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar out, knocked him over. Gets his third wicket. A length ball nipping back in around off. No, I don't think that was it. It might have been this one. Hold on. He gets his fourth wicket and slower length ball around the off pole. I don't know if that was it either. Maybe my cricket descriptions are just a lot cooler. Avesh Khan, none for 17 off 3. It is good for him to get a lot of experience because he is really good. But where the hell is Arshdeep Singh? Why is he sitting on the bench? No idea. Hardik Pandya, none for 31 off 3. Chahar, 1 for 49 off 4. My lord, he has had a very shaky first 2 games. But he is okay. And we love Husey. And he will be in this team every single game that gets played for the next, however long. Because he is their best spinner. In white ball cricket, Harshal Patel, 1 for 17 off 3. I mean, economical as usual. Patel, none for 19 off 1. Just... yeah, not great. Bowled the last over. Exceptional stuff, none for 2 off 2. So that's just what you love to see from I wouldn't even call him a part-timer. His bowling action is pretty funny. I love how, whenever a part-time bowler, essentially, someone like a Shreyas Iyer bowls, they get the ball in their hands, they look so awkward. They're shining the ball up, giving it a bit of swinging it around in their hands and stuff. And it's like, Shreyas, you're going to bowl maybe 1 to 2 deliveries and then the game's over. I don't know what you're preparing for, but you're not in here for the next 10 overs and you're going to bowl bloody classic leggies or something. Yeah, I just had to get that one out there. But hey, a great win, yes, a great win here. So the third T20 is tomorrow at 11:30. What date is that? The 14th? Is that the 14th? The 14th, I think. I don't know. I think so. Well, tomorrow is the 14th, so I would goddamn hope so. But hey, that will cap it off. A great win here from Team South Africa. India just need to be better. Need to make a few changes. I want to see, where do we get the squads? Here we go. I know where to get them. Here, so let's talk about the changes. Deepak Huda, bring him in. Just bring him in. Venki, no, I'd leave Venki on the bench. Arshdeep Singh, bring him in. English. I cannot speak, but please, why This is the most talented left arm seam slower ball variation bowler I've ever seen. Play the man. He's like 20 years old. Just play him. Like, this is so much experience that he could be getting from these. And then they're going to play someone like, I don't know, just anyone. Just play the man, for God's sake. Umran Malik as well. I'd love to see him play. I mean, what's with Team India and not wanting to, select these young guys and just give them experience? To be honest, who cares if you lose this series? Who cares if India loses this series 4-1 or 5-0? Yes, it's disappointing, but you're on home soil. The series doesn't matter too much. It's not going to mean anything. You're playing, a second, third best team. They're playing not their best team. So just give these guys a chance. I really hope in the next 3 games we see a lot of these guys. Although I think we've seen literally everyone on this list except Malik and Arshdeep Singh. And Huda. Or did he play game 1? I can't remember. But hey, now that'll cap us off. Looking forward to game 3. There's a lot of good cricket on at the moment, so we are loving that. But hey, I hope everyone enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the game. And please, justice for the man Arshdeep Singh. Why is he not playing? Someone tell me.